Hi there, everyone. How's everybody doing? Okay, I'm really on here to share my postpartum journey. And I'm in the car. And you want to know why I'm in the car? Because this is one of the only places I can get quiet time. So, welcome to my vehicle. Let's get comfortable and talk. No, wait, for real. I'm going to get comfortable. So, I just did not anticipate me going through anything like this. First of all, I have 3 children and a wonderful husband. Our oldest is 11, our middle child is 3, and our youngest is 1. I had our oldest child. I had no issues with postpartum that I knew of. At least now looking back, I don't think I had any issues, but I was a lot younger. So I didn't really pay much attention. Y'all, I was a Zumba instructor. I didn't do it that long, but I did Zumba my whole pregnancy. I mean, like full-blown classes without an issue. Then we had child number 2. And I believe our middle child, I believe that's when issues began to come to surface. And I thought it was my birth control. I really did. I thought my moods and my mindset was just my birth control, because you know you can have so many side effects from that. And I was taking the patch. Eventually I stopped taking it, and this time it got to the point where I finally spoke to my sister about the thoughts I was having. I was having like suicidal thoughts, and that's so opposite of just who I've ever been. And I've been pretty consistent in my moods over the years, like, you know, just happy and enjoying life. And I don't know, but I just start having thoughts of wanting to take my life, or just thinking a lot about what it would be like if I died and how I died. So at that point, this was the first time I contacted the hospital to tell them I thought maybe I needed to check myself in, because the thoughts were overwhelming. And then fast forward, I have our son, who is now 1 year old. And this is where it really got bad. It got to the point where I was driving and I couldn't drive anywhere alone without thinking about dying. Even before the pregnancy, I would panic while I was driving. One time I was going to a photo shoot. I had booked a job and I had to drive just an hour to go to a photo shoot, and I had to drive back home. It was pretty late, maybe 11 p.m. at night. And it was a 2-way street, like a back road, really dark. And the semis were coming at me, and I remember panicking. I was like, oh my God, they're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. So I was pulling off to the side of the road, driving in the grass. I just kept pulling off. Did it at least 3 times. And I called my husband. I was like, I'm just scared. I feel like they're going to hit me. And I was just like literally panicking. Never have had that happen to me in my entire life. That was the first big sign that something wasn't quite right, but I still didn't get it. And honestly, I think everything came to surface when we moved to Florida. I just wanted to be outside and alone a lot. I couldn't drive over the bridges to like the beach or the bridge to work without thinking like, man, what if I just drove off the side of this bridge? Or what if that car hit me and I died? Or what if the thoughts were insane. It was just constant thoughts of death over and over and over again. And it was not like me. So I started doing my little research, and I came across the video of Jeannie Mai from The Real talking about postpartum anxiety. I had never heard anybody talk about it. I always heard about postpartum depression. And so I watched her video, and y'all, that really helped me. It really helped me to see somebody else talking about it. And so it encouraged me to do some more digging. And I went to go look at other moms talking about postpartum anxiety specifically. They shared some of the same stories, like if they got too close to stairs, they thought they would drop their baby and their baby would die. Like, if they go with this person, what if they kill them? Or what if they hurt them? Or what if they try to do something So I told my husband. It got to the point one day where I finally told him exactly everything I was thinking. And he asked me what I wanted to do. And I said, I think I need to call the hospital. I think maybe I need help. Like, it was just weighing on me so much. And for me, like I said, as a really happy person on a normal day, honey, I lost my mind. I didn't lose it to the point where I did anything crazy, but I felt like I was so close, you know. The 2 times I considered being checked into the hospital for help, I didn't do it. But I did immediately go seek therapy. I reached out to family and friends who I was close to pray for me. And the therapy really was the start of me dealing with my postpartum. And come to find out, after going through therapy, I was dealing highly with postpartum anxiety, obviously, postpartum depression, and she was concerned. I remember being on the call just feeling lifeless. The worst day I remember was when I was sitting on the floor and I was just crying because I had no control over my thoughts. And I recalled a time when I was at church and someone from church who was dealing with cancer and had dealt with it multiple times said that at her worst state, she would just quote the scriptures out loud and pretty much speak life over her body and over her circumstance. And this person battled stage 4 cancer twice. I know for sure she did it once, but I think it might have been twice. And it just immediately made me think of the scripture that talks about the words of our testimony and how we need to share with others what God has done for us. And I sat on that floor crying. Nobody was at the house. And I quoted scriptures and I just bawled my eyes out because at that point I felt like I couldn't control my thoughts. And I felt like it would just be better if I wasn't alive anymore. The thoughts were overwhelming. The anxiety was too much. And I was one who thought anxiety wasn't a big deal because I'm like, oh, you're just a little anxious. No, when anxiety has a grip on you, it can take you out. It can take you out if you let it. And I quoted the word. I read the Bible and I just said the scriptures out loud and I just cried. And I cried and I just kept saying the scriptures. And I'll never forget that day because I did it based off of what I heard somebody else share through their testimony of what they went through. And because of that, I'm making this video to share my testimony of what I went through, praying that someone else will be encouraged. Just to have the thought of feeling like life will be better if I wasn't here anymore is really scary. Even though I didn't do anything to harm myself, I know how close I was because I was tired of feeling that way. So fast forward, after doing therapy, and speaking with my mentor and other people, I finally decided to go on medication. I did not want to go on medication because all of the things I've heard my whole life about medication for mental health. Oh, you got to be crazy. First of all, if you go into therapy, oh, you got to be crazy. Something's wrong. Or for medication, oh, you must really have an issue if you get on medication. You know, just the talk around mental health in general. in our community, and maybe others too. I can only speak for the Black community because I'm African American. Just has never been encouraged to get on medication. And so someone I'm family with told me they were on medication, and she went through the same thing. And I was so hesitant and ashamed to even consider it. But y'all, I got on this medication and I have been better ever since. I've been better. I even had to go back not long ago to get a little higher dosage to kind of just help me just a little more. And I talked to my doctor and my therapist, and I told them, like, oh, y'all really don't want to do this. I like going the natural routes if possible. And just like anybody else would say, we take medicine for headaches. We take A, B, and C for other issues we have. So why not get myself into a position of being better by taking medication? And when the time is right, I can wean myself off of it. Now, I will say, I tried to get off of it. I reverted back very quickly. And so I got back on the medication that helps with anxiety. Along with taking more vitamin D and along with taking L-theanine. It's like a supplement that helps with your mood and so forth. And according to my doctor, it can take up to 2 years for your body to go back to normal after having a baby. And as mommies, we have to be patient with ourselves, show ourselves some grace, and allow ourselves to do whatever we need to do to be in a good spot, a healthy spot for ourselves first, and then for our children, our family, whatever. And so I did what was necessary. And now I'm not ashamed to talk about it. I know somebody else might look at this like, well, how would you be ashamed? Well, it's just how I grew up. It's how I grew up. Like, it's looked upon as kind of a cop-out if you get medication for things like that, especially in the church. They'll tell you to pray it away, honey, pray it away. And I'm going to believe that the Lord decided to help me and bless me through medication. And when the time is right, I'll be glad to get off of it. But until then, I'm doing what's necessary for me and my mental health, along with taking walks, getting outside, getting me time, doing things that I enjoy as much as possible when I have time. Yeah. So I say all of that to say that I really encourage you moms out there to please go get the help you need, whether that looks like therapy, medication, extra supplements, get your vitamin D, whatever it is. Go see the doctor. Make sure you're getting the necessary vitamins. The main mistake I made with my other pregnancies were I stopped taking my prenatal pills and everything I was taking. You're supposed to continue taking those even after you have the baby. I didn't know that. So that had a lot to, I had hair loss all through here. And you know, we're already dealing with our weight gain. A lot of us, we don't like how our bodies look anymore, or, you know, some people are okay, but honey, I wanted my waist back. So I say all that to say, please get the help that you need. My friends checked in on me. I didn't need them to babysit me, but I needed them to hold me accountable, and they did. And I'm so thankful. So I hope this helps somebody. I hope somebody's encouraged, and I hope you go get whatever help you need immediately. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.